and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name's Luke.
And I'm Emily, and welcome back. For the episode, we are covering A Court of Thorns and Roses, deep dive into chapters 15 through 17.
So here's the deal. If you clicked on the channel, you know I've never read this book, but Emily here is a champion of the Romantasy genre. She is
sommelier, some might
high
say.
lord Romantasy lady person. So if you'd like to follow along with what we're going to be doing here, you can buy the book using the link in the description of this video. Take it to Amazon, and if you buy the book and it supports the channel, you can just use the link to buy anything else. Actually, it all goes back to supporting the channel. And then we have memberships that are like $2 a piece, and it really just buys Emily a cup of coffee and me a smile. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this chapter. A whole lot of really cool stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I didn't like.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with the thing you didn't like, or just we'll get there?
Let's get there.
Okay.
Because the coolest part, I think, not the coolest part. I think, like, when you first get into this chapter, she's making a critical hair trigger decision on how to deal with 4 ferocious creatures and this random ethereal demon thing that's like older than time, right?
Yeah.
And she decides to help the demon thing, the Suriel.
Suriel, yep.
And she does a thing that they call this in video games. I'm not sure. Have you ever heard of kiting?
Mm-mm.
Yes, yeah. So like in kiting, what your intention is to generate, become the highest threat you can on the enemy thing that you're fighting, and so that it continues to chase you and nothing else.
Okay.
And then you'll do like ranged damage over time, and keep out of like physical combat range. It's World of Warcraft. It's other things. She literally does that in this, and I thought, I was like, oh, she's kiting these dudes. How cool! Because I played a hunter in World of Warcraft. Shout out World of Warcraft, and it was like one of those like fantasy. Oh, they're doing the fantasy thing. This is a full-on fantasy, and now it's her first actual confrontation outside of the shooting a standing animal.
Right, like you've seen, you saw her hunt down the wolf and do all of that. So you saw that she can shoot a bow, but this is like actual kind of combat in the middle of it, being chased, not just like picking them off from far away.
Kills 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find that out till later.
Mm-hmm.
She kills 2 of them. You think she killed 1 for sure. She hit another one, but the way that it's described, by the way, I think Sarah did a great job with how the combat was described. Because I'm not a super visual person, and so for me to like conceptualize what happened there through a forest, right? My idea of a forest is different than everybody else's, but I imagine the actions were pretty much word for word and by the letter. I'm doing a Murderbot series right now, and there's combat in that in every single one of the books. And sometimes it's not super visual. It's not illustrated well via the words. Right. And I think in this book, they do a great job. Honestly, I thought that whole section was really cool. Everything. And then, Tamlin's having healing spells, which is, my man is overpowered.
He's the High Lord of the Spring Court.
Yeah, I don't know where his, like, he talked about the Blight sort of disenfranchising powers and magic in fairies, and making them worse. Disenfranchising is not the right word. But he's pretty, like, he's not shooting lightning bolts yet, but he's pretty, he can heal, he can transform. Are we going to get more surprises? Maybe. Can he do more? Can he grow his man meat 2 inches longer? I'm kidding. We're not to that yet.
Never say that again.
Man meat?
Gross. There's just some words, man. That's not for me.
I'm sure he can. But yeah, he can heal.
Yeah. So he does say that because of the Blight, like, magic's kind of like on the fritz, like powers and things are not quite working the way that they could, I guess, at their highest. So we're not really sure what that means. There's a lot of things we don't necessarily know, but we did learn some pretty interesting good things.
Really?
About
okay.
Feyre and things that she thought she was wrong about. I think that's the next chapter, chapter 16.
Yeah, when she's at when they're at dinner table. You can't skip past the obvious. His claws weren't out, and he wasn't this, or I couldn't bear but to notice, and I tried not to react to his rippling muscles underneath his tunic. And I was just like, I can't either. I noticed them too. It's so funny. I'm just reading, and I can still notice them. That's wild.
Like he's buff, man.
He's jacked.
He is pretty jacked.
He's jacked and ripped. And then obviously, the bathtub scene, and then the talking to Alice, and that little quip at the very end where she's talking about, if you're going to go to Loo-shen, I now imagine her having an English accent in this scene particularly, about a cloak or that if you wanted to catch a Suriel, you could have just offered it a cloak or something, a cape, a robe.
A robe. This is where I would say, for people who are watching it that have read this, who have read the whole series, who have also read her other series, there's something about that. DM me, let's talk. But I'm waiting to have a really good conversation about that specific line because of something else in another series that she wrote that I think is connected.
Okay.
It's lost on you, Luke. I'm sorry, but if anyone in the internet world,
I love Easter eggs,
has a third of glass and wants to talk to me, please reach out. Oh my God, I've been waiting.
That's wonderful. I love Easter eggs. Huge fan. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But then we get to dinner.
Lumiere. Dinner.
I think Lucien gained a lot of respect for her.
Yeah.
She didn't dime him out.
Yeah. She did not. She's pretty good. We kind of talked about masculine, feminine kind of qualities and all the things, but I think she kind of sticks to the code. She's really not trying to rat anyone out. She's just trying to get through, survive it.
Let me ask you, as a girl with many female friends, is that normal?
What do you mean?
Well, there's the bro code stereotype is that you don't dime anyone out. There's the things that you kind of see where groups of men will go into satire as if they've known each other for years and they don't even know each other's names, but they're all living the bit, becoming part of the gimmick. That's a thing that dudes just do, and it's hilarious. It's really fun when it happens too. But I would think the stereotype for a young woman with two older sisters is she gonna dime people out immediately.
Have you ever heard anybody refer to somebody as oh, she's a girl's girl?
Yeah.
Okay. That's no, she's a girl's girl. She's not gonna do that. She's here to help the other girls. So that's why I say I feel like Feyre is a girl's girl because she is taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and even though her sisters are trash, she still is taking up for them and taking care of them. But she doesn't technically owe those dudes anything. They kind of straight up kidnapped her out of her.
They didn't kind of. They did.
Yeah. So, she doesn't really owe them anything. But she's really starting to thaw in these chapters because she's been around them enough. And I think ultimately humanity is showing because, right, a lot of times there's themes of, just straight up racism in these books. Between the two species of fairies and humans, and so she's really kind of thawing because she's starting to see that they're people. They're people. Okay. And so she's starting to kind of chill out a little bit, but no, she doesn't rat him out. No. She's not he told me and then he left me.
He didn't even come to save me.
You were excited about the Naga last time because they are, I don't know, I've never heard of the Naga outside of outside of the series. But you were kind of excited because you knew them from other things. So like, how did they hold up to?
Pretty accurately.
Okay.
Like claws. I mean, they're just giant scaled mer people.
Okay.
Right. They're
but they couldn't cross the water.
Well, I mean, the ones I had envisioned are like green and blue scaled. Typically, they're around water. But if they can't cross water, then they look different. Like there's all sorts of forms of like Naga. Some look dragonly. Yeah, but it's like a giant. It's like a bipedal lizard fish thing.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, and they're just as ferocious as I would think they are. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, that as a first villain, as a first like encounter in this little side quest she goes on, great. I mean, if she becomes more capable, I suspect she'll never need to kill 4 Naga. But it would be cool if she did. Like, she somehow, later in another story, it was like, oh, whereas I was run on sight when I saw all of these things before, now I'm like, I'm going to rip your teeth out. So,
yeah.
Kind of hope that kind of stuff happens. We do kind of get into the weird right here.
The weird?
The weird. So my favorite part of the 3 stories is when he does the hero qualifier with her. Hero qualifier is something like, if you watch an action movie trailer and it's got like Steven Seagal or Jerry B, Gerard Butler, they're like, you've never heard of Dan Speed? No, I've never heard of Dan Speed. He's Ghost Battalion, Ranger Division. He once killed 50 men. Like, it's a full hero qualifying moment. Right. And I love those. Like, oh my God, it's Jason Bourne. Who's that? Jason, you've never heard of Jason Bourne. Like, and when Tamlin does that to her, he's like, you trapped this thing. You killed 2 Naga. And you killed this other fairy that was like one of my boys, who's a soldier. What are we... what do you have to be afraid of? Like, I love this whole like thing, and then he chastises her. Go ahead.
Right after that, so I just found out where he's talking about that, and he says like, okay, you actually you killed this. Oh, by the way, she also did it. Casually mentions like a half mile. So not only did she like kill the 2 Naga, but she also like ran and evaded them for like a half mile.
Yeah.
That too. So anyway,
that's at least 4.5 minutes.
Woods, right, like all of it's a long time. So, or for me it would have really take a long.
I'm telling you, it's 4.5 minutes.
But he says, but you did this and you snared the Suriel, a human girl, and she says, is it supposed to be hard? It makes me laugh, and it makes me think about Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. Like, what? Like, it's hard? You got into Harvard Law School? What? Like, it's hard?
It is that moment. It is that moment for sure. What? Like, it's hard?
Is it supposed to be hard? I love it.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of crabs. Like, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I do love it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, she's a dog. She's a dog.
So I'm going to go back to the things that we learned and then go forward to this because it's still in the same chapter. I really like this chapter. Like, I know you said...
Of course, the thing I hate about this chapter, I dislike about this chapter, I don't hate it, is like the thing that I think...
No, I'm just saying, like, I like... You said chapter 4 is like one of your favorites.
The encounter with Tamlin, yes.
Like when he bursts into the cabin and takes her or whatever. This is one of my favorite chapters, just because like everything's kind of like happening and she's starting to kind of like figure out stuff. And so at dinner, she's like, oh, I mean, it's not like you guys gonna like lie or whatever. And they just like bust a nut laughing.
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. So
they're like,
they can lie.
We for sure can lie to you. Like we lie to you all the time.
All right. So that's something else I don't like, but yes.
So they can lie, and Iron does nothing. They found like those are like the two things that she finds out casually at dinner. And so Lucian's like, oh yeah, how do you think that whole rumor came to be about? We like lied to the dude to start the rumor. Like, yeah, we say whatever the hell.
Of course we did.
Of course we did. Like, what are we supposed to do?
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Like backpedal, but we've not lied to you.
We have not knowingly lied to you. I think he says.
Well, we've been trying really hard to not lie to you. Our bad.
To be frank with you're gullible.
But that's why
we're doing our best here.
Like, I love the dynamic between like Loo-shen and Tamlin, because Loo-shen is just so ridiculous in almost everything. He's just like, he's like, I'm here for a good time, not necessarily a long time. So he just doesn't care. And he's like, we lie to y'all all the time. It's great. And Tamlin's like, please stop. You're hurting my case here. Can you just?
She has to stay here forever, dog. No, I hate to say it. I'm not a Tamlin. I'm a Lucien for sure.
You are definitely can attest. You are very much a Lucien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would tell a young girl to go into the woods and try to capture an ancient demon. And do it with a rabbit. Yeah. You got it. I'll be close by.
Be like, if you want to do it, you could totally do it. I'm like, I might be hunting in the area, maybe. If you're lucky. We'll see.
Yeah. She like immediately takes what he says and leaves. Like she's like, I'm not wasting a second a day. Like, no. The lying part was kind of fun. So the problem I don't like about that is you're fed this rule early on, and then suddenly it's not a rule anymore.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, it serves no purpose for them to have to get to lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why do we... This doesn't... Like, this reveal is purposeless, and there's nothing for it. Like, there's no weight to it. Like, who cares?
Yeah, I think it's more like, I hear you, because there is nothing super important about that reveal, other than, like, in the beginning when she's trying to convince herself that everything's chill and she can stay, she falls back on, well, they can't lie to me, so I know that this and this and this, and she's comfortable. So then that kind of gets ripped away a little bit, but she's comfortable enough now that I don't think she necessarily needs it at this point. But I totally understand where you're coming from. I think it's more meant to highlight the fact that, like, they don't really know as much about each other's races as I don't really know what to say, species, their types. They don't really know a lot as much as they think that they should know.
Right. And I'm not, it was just one of the, I was just like, okay, this is plot convenient, whatever. We'll just move forward. But the next part is the part that
you don't like, when he gets all soft, when he's like, oh, by the way, I found these words. What? Look at these words.
I actually thought when he chastises her again, it's pretty good. I was like, okay, we're back on. This is pretty good. And then he's like, no, but seriously, please let me help you. And then she's like, no, tries to leave. And he's like, bitch. Like, he sets her completely straight. He was like, I don't think you understand. You don't have to do anything ever again. You could just stay here and chill. You could just sit in your bed all day long. I don't care. You don't have to do anything. You can literally do whatever you want to. I don't care.
Like, okay.
But the thing I don't like is not that. And I'm sure you have a point. The thing is, like, she caves to it, which is fine. We've already had this discussion a few times.
Yeah, right.
However, this is dating in Washington, D.C. in a nutshell. Where you're looking on the dating apps, and it says, my hobbies include travel, going to new restaurants. I'm like, so are mine. I guess everyone's like, of course I want someone to take me on trips and go to pay for restaurants for me. That sounds awesome. Like, I would want that too. And then the next one's like, teach me how to play golf. Like, no, I don't want to teach you how to play. Have hobbies. That'd be cool. Have your own hobbies. Mm-hmm. It feels very like, I'm really happy the next chapter happened the way it did.
I think
it feels very like, I wish this would happen to me. Delusions of grandeur as a reader.
Like, I don't get that at all.
How? How do you like? She's this like hardened thing. She's this like suffered so much. Like it was so well illustrated, her suffering, that I remember at the beginning, I thought it was like a false narrator, like unreliable narrator situation.
Right.
It's like, this can't be real.
Yeah. So my take on it. Thank you for being honest about it.
Yeah.
My take on it is more that she has some real jacked up self-esteem problems. Yeah. Like, she says literally, she finds out he's a High Lord, right? And then he comes and saves her. And then he takes care of her and takes her inside. And she's like, a High Lord, like someone that important thought that I was worthy of saving. And she's like astounded by that.
Right.
And that's jacked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's messed up. Okay. So like, she's really coming from a very, very not healthy place. And again, like hyper fixated on, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that for everyone else, and never anything for herself. So like, for me, when Tamlin is like, hear the words, no, like, please let me help you. And he's like, they didn't know what they had. This is literally the first time in her entire life she's been appreciated by someone that she didn't do anything for.
I'm with you 100%.
And so as a girl, I guess, as a woman, like, it feels like kind of what we've been talking about, where like she's finally getting seen for the first time from someone, and we now get more of the details of like what exactly they think, and it's enough in a way that, because you know, sometimes when you are so set in something, you have to hear it like 3 times before you can just let it go. He's kind of told her this information more than once at this point.
Oh my gosh, so many times.
So many times. We're like, you dumb ass, can you just move on? Like,
let's let the plot move forward now.
Can you please stop complaining that you have been delivered from hell into the lab of luxury? Like, can you just shut the fuck up about that, please? Like, let's move on. Because she was really irritating me. This is when she stops kind of irritating me, I think, from this point forward. But he finally, this is the first time that we kind of see him be soft and kind.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Like, he's trying a different approach. And I'm not saying that it's a tactic, because that sounds like bad. Like, he's trying to do it. But like, he has witnessed her do all this stuff. I think she changed his mind a little bit about like, oh, okay, she actually can take up for herself. Like, she killed these 2 things, like trapped the Suriel. Okay, this is not like a normal average. This is not what I thought, right?
Right.
And so now he's like trying softness. And
I know it's earned.
It sinks in for the first time, finally. Then she's like, okay, if I could dare hope for anything at all, if it's not too much trouble, I'll totally work in the kitchen if you need me to. But like, can I just maybe get some paints? Like, some brushes and some paint?
Like, it's earned. I'm not saying it's unearned. I'm saying this is where the full-on girl fantasy stuff starts, is right there. It's what? I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying, I was like, oh my god, here it is. Here's where it starts. This is the cliche. Okay.
It's not a cliche though. It's not cliche.
It reads cliche to me. It reads like I'm living vicariously through this girl who's been whisked away in a house to a spring weather where it's all earned. Don't think it's unearned. It's earned. But I'm like, oh, this is the first real reason why this book series is so popular, is this right here. This exact moment. Okay, I get it.
That should
The
give you a
escapism
lot.
begins right. The escapism begins right there. The full escapism.
That men are soft and give a shit and continue to try even after you push back a few times.
No, the escapism that you're oh, maybe I don't have to do anything in life. Maybe somebody else can take care of me forever. This is going to be great.
That's not what she's feeling. I don't think that's it at all.
No, but if you're the reader, that's when the escapism starts. It's like, oh, I can just paint. This sounds great. Yeah, I'll do whatever as long as I get to do this thing now, and there's no more problems with my family and friends.
But
I'm not mad. It's just this is where the escapism starts. It's like when you watch Star Wars. It's like when you watch Star Wars and Obi-Wan's like, I need to take you to Alderaan. And every little boy is like, oh, I get a mentor and I get to go.
There's this much book left. Like, clearly she can't just sit on her ass and paint for this many pages. Like,
no, and that's why I like the next chapter a whole lot. The next chapter coming in when it does, but no.
Right.
It's actually, I was afraid we were gonna have a full painting chapter.
No.
Not afraid. I was just like, oh, we're gonna do painting for a minute, and then the world's gonna get a little bit bigger, and we're gonna figure out more about some paint or something, or because he does say she does recognize at the end of that chapter that this is the first time a man's looked at her like that,
right?
Including Isaac, which I was like, oh, that's beautiful.
Well, because like it wasn't love. She's never felt love.
Yeah. I'm
not saying this is, but like,
I not even real love. It's like genuine generosity,
right? And attention, but like not attention for the benefit of anything other than just caring about another person.
Right. And guys deserve that too. I'm just saying.
100%. Because like she's like, I don't want your pity, and he's like, cool, but how about a friend? Like, can we just be friends now? Can we try to like not be shitty to each other?
Can I just enjoy spending some time with you in the same room?
Right.
Because I'm
with
not.
You being real weird. Can you just stop being weird?
I'd be scared of a lightning fast demon who can shift forms and heal.
Yeah.
And it is cool that. Oh yeah, I closed down the painting wing because why'd I need that? I was like, awesome.
He's like, oh, she's like, yeah, spoken like a real warrior. But...
Yeah. Is it in this chapter or was it a previous chapter? We find out that he was a boy.
What do you mean?
He says, "Oh, I was a boy when that happened."
Oh, in the war. Yeah. Yeah. Like when the war happened. It's this chapter because he says like, she's like, "Were you one of those people?" Because they were like, she's like, it's almost like can a boy and a girl really be friends? Like, can a human and a fairy really be friends?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, they used to be. Like, they used to be
right
so friendly that people literally died for each other to try to help each other and protect each other when the war broke out.
Yeah.
And that's we're there.
Yeah, it seemed pretty easy for me to comprehend that like of course fairies fought on the human side. Of course they did. There's zero chance humans are defeating these things out of slavery.
Right.
It's not a thing.
Right. And then you kind of get the difference between the two because Tamlin's like, no, I'm gonna be on the side that's against slavery and all of those things. So he says, against slavery, against tyranny, I would gladly go to my death no matter whose freedom I was defending.
Yeah.
And Feyre's like, okay, well, he's a better person than I am because I'm just going to align with whoever I need to align with to keep my family safe.
And we're not lying about that at all. So even though earlier in the chapter, pages before, we were like, oh yeah, we can lie. We don't have to tell the truth.
I genuinely think he's lying though.
Absolutely. He wouldn't have saved her from the.
Right.
He wouldn't have saved her. He had no need to save her. He could have just let her die several times actually at this point. Yeah. But I do want to get.
Then, like, just 2 pages later, you have Timmy Tam taking up for her dad. So she's like, my dad could never. Papa Archeron could never. And Tamlin's like, no, I think he would. I think he would try to like help. He would come through. She's like, no. First of all, he can't walk real good. He got a bum knee, and we got no money. But also, even then, he still wouldn't. Like, my dad's like the opposite of if he wanted to, he would. He's like the opposite. Yeah. Tamlin's like, I think he would have.
But he probably did. He probably did try for some reason. I'm anxious to learn how Tamlin's getting whatever resources that are in his disposal to the family, if that's still really a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm anxious to hear about that.
So I know we just talked for like 30 minutes on the first chapter, but because everything happens really in chapter 15.
Second chapter.
No, we were just. Oh wait, yeah, that is 15 and 16. You're right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I was like, damn, nothing happens then in the next chapter that I can remember. All right, cool. So then we go into 17, and that's when she falls asleep, wakes up to like horrible screaming,
right,
or awful in the middle of the night, and we meet like a new type of fairy. This one's blue with like black hair. It reminds me of like the Avatar.
That's what I was thinking too.
Totally pictured Avatar people.
Dragonfly wings.
Right, with wings. And they're from the summer court. So we found something from another court that gets dumped off in the spring court. And it's a fairy who's had his wings ripped off his body and he's bleeding out. And Tamlin brings him home to try to like help him. And we get kind of like a touching moment where she wrestles with the humanization of fairies and other types of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I think like the most important thing in that chapter is when he's like, why? Like she holds his hand through and stays there for a while afterwards as well.
Right.
And he's like, you hate fairies. You hate us. So why?
Empathy.
And she's like,
yeah. Right.
Because nobody deserves to die alone and like that. And she genuinely has remorse for killing Andres, and apologizes for hating them like she has been.
Yeah. Yeah, this chapter was necessary. It's necessary for several. The empathy you were talking about, super important. Illustrating that, like, because I think, I think what's missing in the world in general is empathy. In our world, is empathy. So between races and sexes and ages and everything, like, I empathize with you. So here's what I'm saying, because I empathize with you. I don't understand. I can't, but I empathize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. But here's my thoughts on this.
Right.
And which would, that exact phrasing would stop half the confrontations in the world. But the other part about it too is I was fully expecting her to gain some sort of extra ability right here, like unlock some potential, like a healing ability herself or whatever. I was fully expecting this level of like, oh, because you're around fairies and you have some sort of fairy like lineage that you have some capability. I was fully expecting that to happen right there. Mm-hmm. And like chronologically in the story, to me that made sense, and it didn't happen, and that's okay. She also asks Tamlin about, hey, why don't you heal it? And he's like, I can do little stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, he couldn't heal his own hand when he fought the Boge.
Bogey?
Yeah. But he could heal her, and now you can't heal this thing. I'm like, okay, well, we're drawing some squiggly lines here. But I digress. He still couldn't heal it. And I love how they describe the blood on the floor. And Loo-shen leaving because Loo-shen couldn't hang.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a me thing. I'm going to say I'm not going to claim to be Loo-shen in this scene at all whatsoever. Social Loo-shen, me. This kind of Loo-shen, not me. Pretty good in a crisis. But she stays and he leaves, and I think that's a critical moment in the story too.
Yeah.
This reminded me of like those scenes you see in like Civil War movies, Civil War reenactment movies, where they, the soldiers show up to the house and they get him onto the table and they throw the soldier onto the table and they have to like cut a limb off, and it's like the wife has to hold him down while the husband's using a rusty saw. Like that's kind of what like it felt like to me, was that sort of like there's a bonding and building moment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I felt bad for this creature because it kept on saying she took my wings. And so we kept on getting references to this female character, Tamlin's ex, obviously, bitch, or mother or something. I don't know. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing.
Okay.
Because you're like, that's like the second time you've called over that. It makes me laugh.
What, Tamlin's girlfriend? Ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Tamlin's ex-girlfriend. Bitch.
There's some, I mean, I'm not saying there's not some internet theories.
I'm sure there is. But like we don't have, she's not the in-game final boss. So
you have no idea. Nobody knows yet. We don't even know who it is.
No, you and I don't in this current iteration. But I have a funny feeling that we have a Sauron in-game boss. You know what I mean? Like whatever this High King is on the island who loves slavery. But no, this chapter was necessary because you had such that intimate, touching moment at the end of 16. That you needed a way to like reinforce the cruelty of the world. And I like that. We didn't get anything spicy. You said there might be some spiciness.
Yeah, I that was my bad.
Okay. I was looking forward to reading about throbbing and all that kind of stuff.
Oh my god. I think you're just saying words now just to see if I'll blush.
No. Running, hands up and down the backs, lightly scratching. Anyway, I also... So
is
I
this
forgot
your wish list? Is this what you're putting in for like, I want to read about that? Like,
oh yeah. I want 15 pages about veins. The thing that I think is... Someone mentioned the comments. They were like,
that's what you want.
Yeah, right. Someone mentioned the comments. They were like, that's you didn't understand the euphemism? And we're like,
oh my god. Oh,
I did.
Man. The amount of like offline conversations I've had this week about that moment.
Really?
Yeah.
With whom?
Just people. There's some people who are following along that aren't commenting, but are just texting me their comments.
About polishing swords?
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Would love to hear it.
Yeah, some hilarious commentary of like that moment was like chef's kiss.
Thank you. Because that is what he did. The thing that I wanted to mention before, and shout out my mom, because my mom tells this story, with regard to the way that Sarah writes how Feyre deals with the environment, how she can she uses all of her senses to kind of understand what's happening. Obviously a lot of sight's happening, but she's like, oh, that sounds like a dying animal. Some people don't know what that sounds like. Right. If you've ever heard like a fox scream, have you ever heard a fox scream?
Oh,
it's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. It sounds
like a woman getting stabbed.
A woman getting raped. And I heard it. I was sleeping on my couch at the place I was living at in Arlington, across from a high school. And it was 2 a.m. and I was hearing this fox scream, and I walked outside looking for this thing. And anyway, but going back, my mom tells a story, and she said when she was a little girl, her grandfather had beehives, and there was a bear who was stealing the honey. And so her grandfather invited another couple of gentlemen over to kill this bear, right? And they were all sleeping in the living room, and she said the crickets stopped, that everything stopped. She heard nothing. She said the silence was deafening, and then pow, and they shot the bear and it ran off. But when she describes how the Suriel comes up, or and that same, I knew exactly what that was. Like that's exactly that same kind of thing. I'm glad that's in the book. Like that's something that's not in a lot of stuff.
Right.
To try to kind of tell because it builds that character too, having that wherewithal.
Right.
And anyway.
Yeah, it's written well. And I also wanted to say, also shout out to your mom. Hey, Jenny. You were telling me after the fact, I think last week or last recording, about we got to some really plot heavy kind of things, and you're like, I was hanging with it. I have ADHD, but I was still like, oh yeah, that happened. So much happened, and I feel like so much happened in these chapters too, for it to have only been 30 pages.
Yeah.
And you said you were talking to your mom about that, and she was like, yeah, women don't have time. We don't have time. We got and I've never in my life thought about it that way and put that together, but yes, this is the difference for me between reading something like this and reading Game of Thrones. I do not have time for exposition. I don't have time for that. Okay. I don't have time for detail upon detail. I do love details like what you're talking about that actually creates the moment. So all of a sudden the woods are deafening, that puts you more in the moment. But I feel like so many fantasy writers wax poetic and over explain to the texture and detail every stone that you encounter in these fantasy books. And I don't care. I have a really good imagination, and I'm just gonna fill in that. I don't need the details. I just need the plot, and I need the dialogue, and that's why I think Romantasy is having such a moment right now, is because it's capturing the joy of all of the stories that you love from being a kid, right? It's I'm still reading a fairy tale. If this is a fairy tale, it's just a little spicier. It's just a little grown up. It's a grown up kind of version of all of the joy that you used to get as a kid from experiencing and imagining this type of thing. So shout out Jenny. I thought it was really good. I thought it was such a good point because I had never thought about it before, but I was like, you're right. I don't have time. I don't want to hear about all this stuff. I just want the plot and I want the dialogue. Thank you.
Well, and like I said, it makes for an easier read for me. Because sometimes I get lost in the sauce or I'll start thinking about other things. New word I learned this week, by the way. Not from this book, from another book. Quiescent.
Quiescent?
Yeah, quiescent or quiescent. Yeah. It's like in a state of stasis or turned all the way off or dismantled. So something it remains quiescent.
Okay.
It's oh, that tablet over there. No one's using it. It's quiescent.
It's in a state of quiescency.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had no idea. I was like, that's not a word. I had to look it up. But yeah, word of the day.
Not a word.
Quiescent. But yeah. Like I said, the chapter. These 3 chapters are similar to manga. Some graphic novels. It's written like a graphic novel. And so even the dialogue is written like a graphic novel. One of the things you were talking about waxing poetically is in the middle of a conversation between 2 characters in some books. If they're in the first person, that character during the conversation, while something important is happening, will go on about detail of why they're doing, and then come back to the conversation on the next page or the following page. And I'm like, just I want to know what's going to happen here. Just keep talking. We get it.
Yeah,
we get it. A lot of times it's important stuff too, which stinks that I feel that way about it. But like you were saying, this book doesn't do that. Sometimes it does. Actually, there's a few times, but it doesn't do it as much as others. And I think we'll really see her open up.
Yeah.
In the next few chapters. And I mean that socially. Not.
No one was thinking that, Luke.
What do you mean?
Luke.
What are you talking about?
Listen.
I'm talking about open up socially, because she was pretty reserved in these first few chapters, but now she's pretty good. I do a couple of hopes here. I do hope she gets into a little bit more combat scenarios, learns to fight or something. Okay. I do hope she gets to paint. And then I really hope she gets powers, but I don't think she's going to get powers.
I mean, that's a lot of book to just sit around and paint.
Oh, yeah. I think the world's getting massive now from here forward.
Yeah.
You don't introduce a character from a different place, and so we'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what's the next few chapters we're doing.
Yeah, I was looking at what the next breakdown is. 18 through 22.
5 chapters.
It sounds like a lot. It's only about 45 pages.
Only.
Yes, only. Okay. And
are you gonna lie to me about the spiciness again?
I'm really gonna make sure I'm not gonna lie, because I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get it.
Okay. Cool.
Wait. Are we?
Full on bestiality over here.
Okay. Yeah. Some things are happening. Yeah.
Sure.
And then okay. Yeah. Into we're stopping through 22. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
It's gonna be a fun conversation to have. Next time. But about 40 pages.
Court of Thorns and Roses.
We go from chapters 18 through 22.
Yes.
Yes, there's a lot that happens.
Oh, I imagine. But I think that's all we've got. We've what did you say? Waxed, polished on. What did you say?
Waxed poetically.
We waxed poetically quite a bit about these 3 chapters. Yeah. They were impactful and they were good.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to be back in a couple of days with another review. So stick to it. Once again, if you'd like to follow along and remain on the couch with us, you can use the links below and buy the book, buy anything else. Join the membership if you want to. You don't have to. It's not really
like and subscribe.
Subscribe too. We're like 10 subscribers away from 1,000. So
I've always wanted to say that. Thanks for letting me have that opportunity.
Oh, my bad.
No, I just mean in general. I watched so many videos and they're like, and if you liked it, like and subscribe. So
yeah.
Felt like such a professional just then. Like and subscribe.
Just do it. But I think that's all I've got. So
thanks.
Later Taters.
Bye.